also the stores are kind of benefiting from it also.
Yeah.
He's getting rent from 4 storefronts.
Right.
What's the EDU cost?
$141
A quarter.
a quarter, so,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
So-
taxpayers paid for that building.
No, they pay like a portion.
Well, New York State.
Almost $2 million.
New York State, but yeah. But anyway, so that's, we gotta think about that.
Bring that up next time?
Mr. Gavin, do you wanna read yours or?
Any questions on my email, sent on my report?
It's about the repairs or
What? The
This
biggest
button.
thing on that report was repairs to engine 804. I kinda drew it all over someone's here trying to find someone to fix that frame. Cause I don't think anybody at this board would like the alternative.
No.
Your alternative is between $400,000 and $500,000 to replace the truck. So we'll take the $5,000 to $10,000 from Kent Frame, I believe. Is the appropriate action to take that frame section out.
that depends on how much of the frame has to be.
Yeah, they're hoping to take out a foot to 2 foot. They gave me several references of where they've done this before, not on an emergency vehicle, but frame stretches, frame bends, replacement frames, and everybody loves their work. The only thing that worried me for the longest time is no one really wanted to touch this project.
Why was that?
Because probably an emergency vehicle, I would assume. I was given 2 references by a frame shop in Elmira. There's Kent Frames in Binghamton, then there's a frame shop up in Rochester.
Your friends?
LaFrance Fire Equipment referred me to this Elmira frame shop, who said they wouldn't do the work. And then told me that, Kent Frame Shop does this bigger job. They said it's a big job. They
It
got,
just takes a long time.
well, they got to pretty much keep the front cab off,
Yeah.
just to get the frame, a lot of wiring, a lot of exposures. Then from there on, it's a lot of liability to take on. So I'm sure, Kent Frame Shop, bigger frame shop, sure they got more liability insurance.
Chief, I didn't get the email. This is for 804?
This is for 804, yeah, the frame issue, I mean, we've been dealing with this issue and tossed around ideas for about the last month, or when we took it out of service. So, right now, our reserve engine took that place. So,
Do we do anything to authorize the repair of that? Or-
so we don't know exactly how much it's gonna cost.
It was somewhere between 5 and 10,000.
Correct. You can authorize us to pay the bill between $5,000 and $10,000 out of my equipment repair apparatus account, which I think is $561. Or we can address the bill when it comes here. I believe we're covered, Bob, right? Because I've taken it to 4 different places to try to get them to work on it, and I have that documented.
Yep.
That, and it was recommended to this place. I believe we're covered with the quote aspect of it. So, I mean, it's the board's decision if they want to approve the money now, but I would just rather they approve it when we get the bill.
That's normally how it would
Yeah,
go.
I mean, that's what I would assume we're gonna do. And if at your leisure.
That seems logical.
But I guess it's in the report, so you're not taken back when you get the bill.
Right.
And it's written right on there, Chief Johnson, has done work up there before, he wrote right on the estimate, if it exceeds $10,000, stop work and notify us immediately. But they don't believe it to happen. But again, anything could arise. I also did try to go after Pierce too, because it's a 2004 truck. Our pumper now is in service is a 95, and that truck runs great, operates great, has very little maintenance to it. And I don't know why this is. The only thing the frame shop said is maybe because the batteries are right there. At one point in time, a battery actually got on the frame and just never got cleaned well. I'm speculating, they're speculating, but I tried to get Pierce maybe cover half the bill, cover some of the costs or something, and they declined.
EMS, billing's moving along, there's a meeting November 8th.
November 8th, and that's to transfer the CON. Once that's done,
Thursday.
our squad captain's been in touch with the regional director. Doesn't see any issues. It's just a transfer. It's not like we're applying to cover a new territory or a new area.
Right.
So, I mean, the squad paid $5,000 for the transfer fee to the regional, Susquehanna Branch region. So the fees have been paid by the emergency squad. The attorney fees are being paid by the emergency squad. So this board has no action on it. It's not being paid with tax dollar money.
Do we need action on the frame?
So when would the billing
And
start?
then once we get the bill.
I've had a brief discussion with squad captain about that. I like things clean.
Yeah.
I suggested January 19th. You know, their fiscal year doesn't have to follow our fiscal year of August. They can do a January if they want. That was my suggestion. At that point in time, when this corporation is officially formed, I will only be a board of directors. I will not be the, in charge of the emergency squad anymore. So I would assume the board of directors would get together and do an official start date. But our idea, or my idea, and without objection at this point, is January. Just cleaner that
Just
way, I
looking for
think.
clarification.
Yeah, I think it's just cleaner that way for billing.
Good.
Only a few months behind.
Hey,
That's life.
Making progress, that's good.
when we talked this afternoon, there was a curiosity question I had for you, because I know you probably got it in mind. How many, calls do you get at Paddle Gardens Apartments still?
Wheel Gardens, Firewise or MS Wise.
Oh,
We're over there probably, we're over there this afternoon with burnt food again. But you know, you never know. And
just there, I know it goes in
so,
schools.
I mean, some days we're over there 3 or 4 times in the squad in 8 hours. To give you, we've probably been over there a couple hundred times so far this year. Between, that's fire and EMS wise.
Yeah.
There is one person over there, I don't want to divulge too much because of HIPAA law, but we keep responding to one apartment. There's been several different avenues that we've explored in cooperation with management of Wheel Gardens. And they and us keep not getting anywhere. We feel this individual might need some additional care to cut down on our response.
Yeah.
But this person's been evaluated by several different county organizations, and there's nothing there to force the issue farther down the road. So when the phone call's made to 911, we will respond and we'll address it, even though it's the same person, same issues, same things. They've got their attorney involved, and their attorney said leave it alone.
So you just can't take the toaster out of the room, right?
Just can't take the toaster out of the room. If that's the way you want to word it. So to answer your question, we go most predominantly for certain apartments.
That's what I was hearing, but I don't know.
And that's why I was concerned with this new construction. I haven't been welcomed back since I voiced my opinion with the new Owego Gardens 2. Is only making them handicap accessible on the first floor. If you only build for handicap on the first floor, that's all that lives there. You're not discriminating against anybody. It's the way you constructed the building. I think any developer can construct a building the way they wish. So build the first floor for handicap accessible and so forth. It's easier for us as EMS and fire to provide care to those patients and those people in the time of need. And it also would help down the road with these calls.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Jeff? Anything?
We finished the mill and fill on Main Street and Church Street. We were gonna do Green Street, but with everything else that's going on over there, we're gonna wait till spring to do it. So we're just gonna repair some of the worst stuff on Green and then do a mill and fill in the spring. We finished the drainage project on Montrose Ave. That came out pretty good. We started the drainage in the cemetery We're probably a third of the way through that. The weather hasn't cooperated too much. Paid Tri-County Tree Service to clear around the Indian Grove. They got that done. And every day that we can, we'll be sucking up leaves and picking up brush. It's a little tough when it rains, but
Wind blows.
yeah, that's about it, really.
Alright, thank you. Very good comments on the view now. Up there.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, well, I was.
We'll do our trustee reports, you just start for him.
Okay, I will.
Hey, Dan.
He's the hero of the week, Jeff.
Got to put that in.
I'll put that in
Really need to sign that.
there. Give him a plaque down here, maybe.
Jeff, this is the mitigation update that the county's doing for.
Oh, ready for mine?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I was gonna talk about the Owego, the cemetery committee. Yeah, they're really pleased with the work that's going on with the drainage there, and, yeah, on November 1st, Peter Gordon took a couple pictures up there in the cemetery of the view where the trees have been cut down. And, let's see, Marie Ward posted it on Facebook first, and she got 36 people reposting it. And then Mayor Mike also reposted it. He got 227 responses from people, 18 reposts.
Peter takes some nice pictures, I'll tell you.
Yeah, and I shared it on the Village of Owego, New York, and got 78 responses and 11 more reposts. And I shared it on the class of 1966 OFA, got 26 people, 62 people responding. And on the Memories of Owego, 48 people responding and 8 more reposts. So people are just loving you, Jeff, for getting that done. It just,
This week.
yeah. You got your kudos for the year. Yeah, I just wanted to mention Halloween. We had a lot of fun on Halloween. The police department did a great job of running around keeping everybody in line, and they gave out candy to the people on the street, and of course the fire department checked the candy, and Uda over there at the station, she and I were in T-Rex costumes and had a good time.
I was wondering who's in those.
Yeah, it was Uda and I, yeah. So it was a lot of fun, and I also attended the DRI workshop on 10/24 as well as being here last week.
Charles?
Yeah, with the Halloween thing, I posted some pictures of the dinosaurs, everyone loved that, they reposted and commented on that. I also assisted OPD in checking Halloween candy, and they were very thankful. A lot of parents came by with their children, and they got donuts and cider. I also attended the hazard mitigation planning meeting. That was very informative, and I relayed that information to the mayor, gave him some material that was given to me. And I also attended that 190-year anniversary of the fire department banquet, which was really fun, a lot of fun. Me and the mayor sat at the same table.
We did, yeah. Charles took some pictures of me, you know. Ron?
It's more of a statement, I guess. I'd just like to thank you, not only as a trustee, but as a resident, for all the letters from the editor that you put in the penny saver. I find it very informative, and I think a lot of people appreciate that.
Thank you. Anything else? Good. Rusty?
No report.
Ken?
I'm good.
You're good. Mary? So the next thing I have is the mayor's report. This is from 10:15 till now, so we had like 3 weeks in between. We actually had a meeting, but that was a fun one. We posted the videos of both meetings to the YouTube and the website and all that. We had a DRI workshop. There was a ribbon cutting for Owego Opportunities, the weatherization building, they built a new building over there. Posted the comptrollers on it. Reviewed the comptrollers on it with Jan Nolis, met with Jerry, met with Dan a couple of times. I was at the fire department dinner, that was fun.
I did delete those.
You delete those pictures? All right.
I saw pictures.
Reviewed the payment of bills. The next DRI meeting, if anybody's interested, is the local planning committee. And it is next Wednesday, the 14th at 6 o'clock at the Owego Free Academy LGI room.
6
Any-
o'clock.
Yes, if anybody wants to come. That's the local planning committee, which is it's a working meeting of the committee, but there is opportunity for public comment. And obviously, all the people plus the consultants are there, so if you have any questions, definitely come. And last thing is public comment. Do we have anything? Cindy?
Has the board put in for money from that grant for any of it to go towards the sewer project?
Yes, we have been talking to them with Jerry, and with Jeff, for both DPW and sewer related issues.
Cool.
The OHPC revised
Oh,
law
yes.
has been passed out to each of the board members, so it's been introduced tonight. It's my understanding that there was some desire to have that up and running by January.
Yes.
If that's the case, then you would want to schedule a public hearing at one of the December meetings for that law.
Right.
I see it was in
Yeah, so there we got a copy of that for light reading. Your board. So, but we do need to schedule a public hearing.
It has to go through, I have an email from Nate, and the county has to review it first.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
then-
well, we've got until the 9th to get that into the county, so there is time to do that and have a public hearing. Either the first meeting in December, that might be cutting it a little close. If you want to give a buffer, you could do the
December
second meeting.
17th.
Yeah,
Either
the
one.
17th, if we want to do that.
And I just wanted to say I make myself available for any questions, and I wanted to thank Trustee Morton, who's not here tonight. We've been working on this for several months, and then had a meeting with Attorney. And so it's really been a long process, but it's been cooperative. And so there are some changes. When you go through it, you might have some questions before you get to the point of voting or anything like that. So so, I don't know if you want my email address, I can give that to anybody. I mean, I'm on the village web page, to reach me that way.
Are we looking for a public hearing?
Yeah. So we want to set a date for the 17th, or
December 7th.
it's a Monday, it's the third one, second meeting in December.
At 7 o'clock?
Yeah, that's what, yeah, right.
And it's gonna be this title, local law repealing and replacing? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, and then the motion to approve. Need a motion on it.
So moved. Okay.
I'll second.
All right, so vote just to set the public hearing.
Yes.
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 Yes. It'll be for 7,
Yes.
we'll do it for 7 p.m.
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
Is this public anywhere right now?
It is a public document now that it's been introduced to the board, yes.
How do
So
I
do
get
we
a
have
copy
it
of
yet?
that?
Can we give it-
Besides this hard copy?
I don't have an extra copy with me.
give it- give it-
Yeah.
you can give it one of them.
Thank
Good
you.
copy. Is it, can we make it
Thank you.
Public hearing for 2018?
No.
18,
Yes,
19,
yes.
whatever.
18?
I got 18, 19. No, I have 7. No, that's okay.
17?
It'll be posted on the village website.
That's where I was going with it. Can I get a soft copy so I can make or a PDF of it so I can post it up?
Post on the website.
I can make that happen if you want.
Something adjourned.
Send it to me or whatever.
Yep.
Can I just mention that about the, got a sewer problem again. I know it's probably not our line there, but behind the whatever.
What? What's the what in?
The sewer line behind the,
Behind Lake Street.
Lake Street there is plugged up again, and now they're having major problems. And the tenants have told, don't take a shower, don't use anything, so what do we do? They called Roto-Rooter, but they said they can't get to it until whenever.
That's the same, I'm sorry.
Is that the same area where,
It's the same one you did.
Yeah,
Didn't
it's
we
the
tell
same
them
area.
it's
Tell them not
not
to
the
come to
village's
us,
responsibility?
Yeah,
I know, but remember, they still are paying sewer bills.
yeah.
You know, I mean, it gets a little touchy when they pay sewer bills and they're not, their stuff's not going down the sewer.
They're all paying multiple EDUs there. 'Cause it's- They got stores and apartments.
You could recommend drain masters to them to come in with their jetter or something to jet the line.
Just hope we're right.
Yeah, what, was that June or July, we told them it was their responsibility to take care of that line.
who's gonna do that?
Yeah, we do that.
I just mentioned, I could mention to, because you'll hear it from people on the street.
That has been brought up for the DRI,
Okay,
to replace that with those business owners, to replace that line.
But that won't happen now. I mean,
No, yeah, it doesn't help.
You have an
Plug it
immediate
out,
problem
yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
How come they didn't take that to the street when they had it ripped out?
Did you ever thought of?
Just like when you have a line on your own property, you gotta pay for it.
Right.
Replacement, right?
Do we have a road type things that are?
If it's on your own personal property. you
We
have
just
pay
had to
for it.
pay for a water line to go into our
It's not
house.
a responsibility.
Is there any way we can help them out?
I mean, we discussed this.
If
with
push
the
came
board before.
to shove, how much
It's your
trouble would that be?
responsibility.
You know, see, the whole thing was is that when we moved on that is to get them to move.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I knew it was gonna come to this, that they were not gonna move, and then they were gonna cry foul as soon as it happened, you know, backed up again. And then we can go and do it, but are they gonna keep leaning on us? And then see, the one time when the line was cleared, there was threats of lawsuits because there was some backup into the one business or whatever. So the liability falls on right here when that happens. So it's a very delicate situation. The line is not in good shape. It's in, you know, it needs help. They need to pull together, and I thought they were gonna do that, and they never,
So,
I mean, it was recommended that we,
so I'm glad Rod brought it up, but to be clear, we are not asking you to look into that,
okay.
right?
Yeah,
Right.
We're not
we had
asking
voted
you
before,
to
it's their
look into-
responsibility to take care of that line.
I mean,
I know.
if you say the word, you know,
No,
I'll abide, but I just assume, you know, let them try to come up with some kind of game plan.
I mean, it's definitely,
You just
Liability.
reiterate what we told them before.
Liability would seem to be the problem if we go in there
That'd
and
be
those
an
old pipes collapse like they're gonna, and then we did it because we went in, then it's our problem.
That could get expensive.
But that's on your possible list to fix up things.
So
It is, yes.
the thing was is that we mapped it out, the village expense, the sewer budget paid to have that whole thing mapped out. We found out where there was a definite problem. They didn't address it at all. It's X, here's the spot. Do something with it, folks. But they apparently can't come together and get a deal going on there, but. See, it's not our property.
That's the other issue.
Right, I see your point on
And it-
They can call drain masters, they can call these other companies to come in there and do an evaluation. I mean, Martin's did a fantastic job mapping that whole thing out, and letting them know, identifying all their locations. But they need to take a step, and
Repair.
nobody else, none of them called to get any further input. They took their paperwork and
walked away, and it was like, okay, well, it's. I thought maybe they were gonna get together, you know, I would've gladly went and put in there and if needed, and give them some direction if they needed it, but I never heard another word until the phone rings. As soon as it's backed up, then it's, what are you gonna do about it?
I just don't agree, no,
No, you got it. It's fair and fair, fair to brought it up.
Yep.
But you guys.
It's almost like out of sight, out of mind, like you said, it's only, when it happens, the problem comes up. I mean, when it's no problem, no one says anything about it, but.
And if you fix it, every time a homeowner has a problem, they're gonna come here and say,
Yeah, we
Yeah,
gotta go back on what they did before.
my septic is
for a
backed up.
quick fix.
And it says the president's.
Yeah, it's not village property. What else you got there, Bobby? Good. Anything else?
Anything else?
Crack that hammer.
All right, motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second.
Yes.
You know, maybe the quickest one.
Very nice. Yes, I'll give you this week sometime.
Don't forget your
Thank you.
How you doing? Good. It's been a while. You all right?